The assassination of President Abraham Lincoln. It happened more than a century ago, but history may be rewritten if a Michigan man clears his grandfather's name of any role in the crime.
And now, get the facts from Rich Fisher and Sherry Margolis, voted the best newscast in Michigan. This is TV2 Eyewitness News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Sherry Margolis.
And I'm Rich Fisher, and our top story tonight, it is an incredibly interesting one, especially if you are a history buff. Call it an ancient, unsolved controversy. Dr. Richard Mudd has been trying to clear his grandfather's name for more than 50 years, and tonight his fight seems to be, and may even be coming to an end. Mudd's grandfather, Dr. Samuel Mudd, was accused of conspiring with John Wilkes Booth to assassinate President Abraham Lincoln. Well, today, a federal committee agreed to review the case some 126 years after the killing. TV2's Jennifer Howe traveled to Saginaw today, where the Mudd family lives.
On a dark night in 1865, John Wilkes Booth appeared on Dr. Samuel Mudd's doorstep with a broken leg and an injured back. Dr. Mudd set the leg and gave Booth a room for the night. 10 days later, federal troops arrested the doctor and charged him with conspiracy to murder the President of the United States. Dr. Mudd spent 4 years in custody at Fort Jefferson. Eventually, President Andrew Johnson pardoned Dr. Mudd. But that pardon has never been enough for Dr. Mudd's descendants, in particular his grandson, Dr. Richard Mudd. He's been leaning on the federal government for 50 years to exonerate his grandfather and clear the family name.
Millions of people know that Dr. Mudd was innocent. But we in the family want the satisfaction of having the government say that he was innocent.
Richard Mudd is a doctor like his grandfather, a fact which may have cast him as the ringleader in the family's fight.
Feeling that I was going to be a doctor, and the feeling that a doctor has the right to treat a man regardless of what he did.
What started out as one man's search for the truth eventually involved some 300 of Sam Mudd's descendants. Even the family home stands as a monument to their faith in Sam Mudd's integrity.
The plight of a young 32-year-old doctor out in the country and 4 little children and a lovely wife being caught up in this thing, put in prison, bound head and foot, straitjacket, headpiece, for treating a man's broken leg is a story that's not going to fade.
Dr. Mudd insists his family does not want any monetary compensation from the federal government.
We in the family just want justice. That's all. And justice is finding Dr. Mudd innocent.
The federal committee investigating the Mudd case will hold a public hearing on January 22nd. It will announce its decision 2 days later on Dr. Richard Mudd's 91st birthday. In Saginaw, Jennifer Howe, TV2 Eyewitness News.
Some kind of a birthday present for Dr. Mudd if he was exonerated, wouldn't it? The federal committee that Jennifer mentioning could find Dr. Mudd guilty or not guilty, or it could just simply refuse to make any decision. In any event, TV2 will continue to follow this most interesting story. Sharon?
That's interesting. And now updating a story that we brought to you on TV2 First News at 4. The TRW plant in Washington Township is shut down until after Christmas because of all the damage caused by today's huge explosion. The blast happened at the TRW Vehicle Safety Systems plant at 32 Mile Road in Powell about 8:30 this morning. Miraculously, no one was seriously hurt. But as TV2's Kathy Walsh reports, it did leave some workers shaken up.
This is what remains where the explosion took place. The 8:30 a.m. blast shook a few of the guys next door at Great Lake Cement off their forklifts.
It was good force. There was cement blocks going straight up in the air. That building was built with a blowout roof, and the roof was supposed to blow off, and you see what came down. Everything came down. You know, so basically it really blew.
It went about 75 to 100 feet in the air straight.
TRW workers were evacuated. Luckily, the blast happened in an area where robots assemble the airbags used in cars. The material which caused the explosion also causes the airbags to inflate.
Everything's fine. No injuries here.
What did it sound like?
Boom.
Was it scary?
Oh, sure, certainly.
The explosion was caused from sodium azoide, which is an accelerant used in the airbags. The cause of the explosion is under investigation now by the State Fire Marshal's Division.
People in nearby homes and businesses were also told to leave, even though some of them didn't. Richard Ross was literally shaken awake.
The house shook, and I looked out my window. Like I said, I can see from there, and I see nothing but smoke and fire.
Right now, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms investigators are working with TRW to determine what exactly caused the explosion, and a decontamination crew is cleaning up the site. The material released today is toxic.
Can, cause some, upper respiratory burning and that sort of thing, and it can burn the eyes.
Those who work inside and around the plant say this was a very large explosion, but TRW officials continue to call it an overpressurization incident. Even though they don't agree on what it was, everyone agrees on one thing, that workers were very lucky no one was injured. In Washington Township, Kathy Walsh, TV2 Eyewitness News.
11 of the workers were treated for minor injuries and released from nearby hospitals. The second bloody massacre on Detroit's east side in as many weeks. The bodies of 4 men were found shot to death inside this home on Lakeview between Mack and East Warren. Some neighbors tell TV2 the victims were involved with crack cocaine. Other residents say the murders may have been prompted by a large cash settlement received this weekend by one of the victims. The victims have been identified as Orrin Wilson and his 2 sons, Orrin Jr. and Russell. The other victim was a boarder in the home, identified as David Schoen. So far, police have no one in custody.
And now a Christmas story that begins with a crime and ends with compassion. A part of James Migliori's life was cut away when 2 men hacked down his 10-year-old living Christmas tree and stole it several weeks ago. At least we believe it was 2 men. And it may have been these guys, Paul Reaney in the dark shirt and Edwin Cox in the print shirt, both 19, pleading not guilty in East Detroit District Court today to stealing the 69-year-old East Detroit man's tree, a tree that he decorates lavishly every year. All they left was a stump. The tree was recovered a few days later and will now be given to a needy family, but that doesn't mean Migliori's front yard will remain bare. His Christmas wish will come true thanks to Sherwood Forest Nursery and WLLZ Radio. They're pitching in to plant a new tree on Thursday.
I feel bad, but everybody, looking out for me for the tree and everything else, and I feel grateful.
The 2 suspected Scrooges were released on $2,500 bond.
Well, at least the Christmas spirit came through at the
Yes.
end, just in the nick of time. Next on TV2 Eyewitness News, GM makes its big cost-cutting announcement tomorrow. Tonight, we'll tell you what could appear on the hit list.
Yeah, that is a big story, no doubt. Also, the best batteries for your kids' toys. TV2 began that test yesterday, and already, some toy pigs have run out of steam.
And before and after shots, pretty amazing. The women that you're going to see have become fashion plates just in time for the holidays. We'll tell you how it's all possible at a Troy mall.
I'm Chris Edwards. There's a little snow out there at this hour, and it is sticking to the ground. I'll let you know how long it'll stick around as Eyewitness News continues.
TV2 Weather School, sponsored by Olive Garden.
Here's today's weather school question. Wind is considered to be gale force when it reaches 32, 42, or 52 miles an hour. The answer in a moment.
At the Olive Garden Italian restaurant, we make pasta fresh every day. And for all the different kinds of pasta we serve, there are just as many wonderful ways for you to enjoy them. Fresh pasta at the Olive Garden, where all the best of Italy is yours.
Now open at the Hampton Village Center.
The answer is A. The Beaufort scale, which is based on visual effects of winds on seas and vegetation, defines moderate gale as a wind in excess of 32 miles an hour, when wind usually forces whole trees into motion. Watch for another weather school question on First News at 4.
The Select Purchase credit card from First of America is doing some amazing things. It's been known to cure headaches. It can improve a person's hearing. And it can cause weight loss. Even more amazing, there are no payments and no interest for 90 days. Then you get a low interest rate later. Select Purchase from First of America. It can even make a heart skip a beat.
Office Max is the supermarket-sized office product store with incredible savings on all kinds of great gifts like briefcases, calculators, desk sets, typewriters, even copy machines. Uh-oh. Ouch. save on this Packard Bell 386SX IBM compatible computer with 40 meg hard drive, mouse, and preloaded software like Lotus Works and MS-DOS 5.0. Office Max, this holiday savings is the bottom line.
Well, this next story will certainly be one of the major stories of tomorrow's news, but we have a little more for you tonight. It has to be a very uncomfortable night for workers at General Motors. Tomorrow morning, they will be told just how the company will be cutting its size as the giant automaker attempts to get back to some kind of profitability. TV2 business editor Murray Feldman has good news, however, tonight for some families. Murray, there are some people, I guess, that we could say are relatively safe.
They are the senior management people, the people who are really closest to Bob Stempel. GM made an announcement late this afternoon, obviously trying to curb speculation that the company shakeup would entail some of the men at the top. Company president Lloyd Royce and the 5 GM vice chairman will apparently not be reassigned in tomorrow's retooling operation. Here's what is on the line, though. Speculation that you probably have heard that several plants will be closed. Noted auto analyst Arvid Jopi tells TV2 he thinks Lake Orion and Willow Run will survive the cuts. The Camaro Firebird line and the Buick Century Cutlass Sierra models are rumored to be on the way out, and anywhere from 10 to 30,000 white-collar workers are expected to be either trimmed, retired, or have their benefits cut. We'll know tomorrow afternoon for sure, and of course we'll keep following it right here. We'll have complete coverage of this throughout the day tomorrow with expert analysis for you, and we'll begin it tonight at 11 o'clock. I'll have a full report on why this is happening, why it's so important to all of us, and what it's likely to mean to the automobile industry. As you know, the industry is changing in many, many ways. Whoever thought upscale Lincoln Mercury would come out with a minivan? They will in 1993. It'll be a joint product with the Japanese car maker Nissan. The minivan will be called the Mercury Villager. Montgomery Ward says it is not better at Fredder, and they're going to court to try to prove it. The retailer is suing Fredder Appliance of Metro Detroit over advertising, in which Fredder says its prices are cheaper than Ward's. Fredder contends late today in a statement on the Associated Press that its advertising is truthful and accurate. Looks like the court's going to decide this one. Stocks fell today. Dow Jones Industrials down about 16 points. 1,150 other stocks also ended the day lower than they started, as it looks like the economy is continuing to struggle from coast to coast. Now on to some better news. The best batteries for your holiday gifts. Let's check in right now with the TV2 pig pen and see who is still oinking after about 18 hours of activity in a closed room here at TV2. We did shut them off for about 8 hours overnight. These are Pudgy the Piglets from the store Lost and Wound in Trapper's Alley and in Southland. Now, these are the pigs that are still going strong, the ones with alkaline batteries by Energizer, Duracell, Panasonic, and Meyer. That's the low-priced one. Meyer, still going strong. The ones that are still making it, and we'll continue to follow them, these are the ones, as you can see, don't work anymore. This one, 8 hours and 3/4, the Ever-Ready heavy-duty battery. The Ever-Ready rechargeable went in only about 8.5 hours, but you can recharge it, but hey, who cares? Kids only play with it for 8 hours, and the day after Christmas, right? Forget it. Also, the Rayovac Alkaline Max didn't make it. And just a short while ago, the Kodak alkaline battery, after 15.5 hours,
Pigged out.
Pigged out. We will have more on this tonight at 11 o'clock and more, of course, tomorrow on Eyewitness News at 6.
Okay, thanks, Mary.
The pigs are retired now till next year?
For a little while.
Only the ones that
We'll
pigged
see who
out.
the winner is. We'll keep following this competition.
Can't wait.
Next on TV2 Eyewitness News, instant glamour for women at a Troy mall.
Yeah, it is the, I guess you could say it's the next best thing. Well, makeover.
Sure.
I'm the best. That's what he says, so we'll find out.
Lions not too fond of Thurman Thomas' incentive program ahead in sports.
And for all you Addams Family fans, a Redford man pays thousands for a piece of the show's history, a show that first hit the airwaves before he was even born. Stay with us.
Clean up this holiday season with the Royal Dirt Devil Hand Vac from Target. The power of an upright in the palm of your hand, just $34.99. And get the Royal Dirt Devil Upright, the all-in-one cleaner that gets it all, only $139.99 at Target.
Nancy was a beautiful Harvard graduate with dreams of saving the environment. but her dream ended when she died mysteriously of arsenic poisoning. Heading for a divorce, her husband Richard became the prime suspect.
I did not poison my wife.
But that's not what Nancy's lawyer says. She says Nancy told her before she died that she was afraid Richard was trying to poison her. The Arsenic Mystery on hard copy. Get the hard facts Tuesday at 7 on TV 2.
Don't wait any longer. It's here. Highlands Christmas Markdown Sale. Your chance to save a fortune. Because we're overstocked, overloaded, overstuffed with Christmas inventory, and we've got to sell it now. Color TVs, VCRs, camcorders, microwaves, stereos, computers, tons of everything. Plus, pay no money down, no interest, no payments till May 1992. That's right, not one dime till May. Only at Highlands Christmas Markdown Sale. The deal you want is at Highland now.
If you're environmentally conscious, then game tickets from the Michigan Lottery make the best holiday gifts. For instance, to wrap a lottery ticket, you only need this much paper. Give a friend a crock pot. Kill a small spruce. Plus, with lottery tickets, your friend will save the gasoline he'd use returning the crock pot to get a real gift. So this holiday season, give the chance to win hundreds, thousands, even millions of dollars. You could make somebody's world a greener place.
Mrs. Cloud, to the left. Say cheese.
Cheese.
Hold it. Oh, I'm going to need a wide-angle lens here.
Sorry, we are a bit thick.
Gee, I'll say. No offense.
We make White Cloud the thickest bathroom tissue ever.
Nice shot, but the stats aren't even.
Exactly. You can actually see the difference between White Cloud and the other leading brand.
Oh, White Cloud is thicker.
Pictures don't lie.
Okay, this time, suck it in. Got it.
White Cloud. Only clouds make it softer and thicker.
Many local women are giving themselves an early Christmas present, a makeover and photo session at Oakland Mall. Now we're going to show you some before and after shots that show what a little makeup and a new hairstyle can do to give you a more glamorous look. Leanne Donnell saw these before and after shots and decided to give her fiancé a portrait of herself. After makeup and hair, she selected a hot new outfit. And since the photos are shot on both film and video, you don't have to wait to see the proofs to pick the photo that you want.
It's nice that you can see it on the screen and pick out which one you want instead of waiting. I like that.
Cost of the photo session itself is about $50. It's a present for yourself and the loved one in your life, right?
Well, if you love snow, you'll be in great shape tonight, huh?
You know, a week from tonight will be Christmas Eve, and people would just love
it. A week from tonight?
Week from tonight is Christmas Eve, yeah. But right now it's causing a few problems on the roadways. Flurries at Metro Airport, but in the last half hour or so, they had a rather heavy snow shower at Metro, dropped about a half an inch of snow. It's 31 degrees, wind chill is 9 because of the brisk westerly wind. For now, the barometer's rising. We had a high at noon of 37, and we've been going down from there, and we're going to continue to go down for a while. Four-dimensional satellite view during the course of the day shows some clouds that move through. Then we had a few breaks in those clouds, a little sunshine, and now in the last couple of hours, some of this moisture is actually coming from Lake Michigan, being picked up from the lake and moving all the way across the lower part of the state as some snow squalls. Nothing real heavy, but National Weather Service radar right now shows us some of those bands of snow. This moved through Flint in the last hour. This little band had dropped an inch there, moving quickly off to the east. One band has now moved on into Canada, and there's another one to the south, and that'll be the story for the next couple of hours. A snow shower for a little while, and then it'll move out later on tonight. Most all of the snow should end as it all pulls off to the east, except right near the lakes. That's where the snow will be a little heavier for all of tonight. And cold air is going to be around not only tonight, but also tomorrow. High pressure will build just to the south of us tomorrow. That'll mean at least some sunshine will come out tomorrow as well, and the snow will shut off, but it will be cold with highs tomorrow only in the low 20s. This will be the coldest day of the week. If you're headed out at 11 o'clock tonight, still a little snow lingering, but accumulations all told will probably be an inch or less in most spots. And then by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, snow will be out of the picture, maybe a little sunshine, but a frosty 18 degrees at 8 in the morning. And look at this. It's going to be a struggle to get much warmer than that. At noon tomorrow, it will only be 20 with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Here's how it looks in detail for tonight. The snow for the next few hours especially, and some accumulations, maybe up to an inch. Brisk northwesterly winds driving wind chills to about 0 tonight before the snow ends later on. Then tomorrow, a little bit of sun, but also some clouds. 22 the high, and that is way below normal on northwesterly winds. But then after tomorrow, we start a warm-up. 31 on Thursday with a whole lot of sunshine, but look at this. Thursday mornings we get up, it'll be about 10 degrees. Then Friday, 36 for an afternoon high, Late Saturday, some rain moves into the picture. Yes, I said rain, 48. And on Sunday, a good chance of rain and 47 degrees. And Sunday, I think, if I'm not mistaken, will be the 22nd. So if we're going to get some snow for Christmas, it'll have to come Monday or Tuesday.
We can crack up that 4D satellite again by Sunday night.
Maybe we'll get to see it again.
Maybe. I look forward to that. You know that. Okay, thanks, Chris. Boy, the Pistons needed a team like Denver to come to town.
Yes, they did. Of course, Isaiah couldn't play. And Karl Malone, by the way, will sit out his suspended game tonight for having elbowed Isaiah, a situation that doesn't leave anybody at the Palace too happy. But, yes, a bad team did come to town at a good time. Pistons without Isaiah, the 40-stitch gash, of course. Also, John Sally. They didn't shoot very well either, but still win 103-89. And Jack Morris visited the Palace before going to Toronto tomorrow, where they're expected to throw multiple millions at him. Dennis Rodman shows his unique skills here. He blocks 7-2 to Dikembe Mutombo, then races down court to get the scoring pass. He also had 20 rebounds. And in Thomas's absence, Darrell Walker stepped up with a very fine game, 13 points and 7 assists, as Chuck has now gotten 3 good performances in a row by his team. Mark Aguirre at 22, Joe Dumars with 27 to pace him, as Bill Laimbeer would cite the keys to the Pistons' victory.
It was nice for us to win. I know Darrell got a little bit of confidence offensively tonight. That really helped our ball club. But they're not real good, so that helped us also.
It was an honest answer. Isaiah, of course, couldn't play, took a CAT scan last night. That was negative, and he couldn't make practice today. Jim Burke looks at a Piston team working to fight through their injury.
Joe Dumars hurting with a groin pull. John Sally's ankle still on the mend. Mark Aguirre fighting the flu, and Bill Laimbeer rested his weary bones today. Health is a rare commodity with the Pistons.
Usually you get hurt at the end of the season, and I'd say the dog days are March and April, but we're getting it with the injury bug right now.
Still, yesterday's 14-point win over Denver reaffirmed the notion that better times are ahead for Detroit.
There's some good signs because we're starting to mend and gel. I always said by January we'll be all right.
Dennis Rodman continues to defy the normal workload for a player, but nobody said the worm was normal.
I just do what I can to help this team, and if it takes 48 minutes, 52 minutes, hey, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to throw my body out there, I'm going to break bones, and I'm just going to help this team in the way I can.
The architect of the Pistons does not deny that he is still seeking an additional player for this team. I asked him if he has any interest in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who may come out of retirement.
I would work him out, see how he's doing, see how his mind is. You know, I know Kareem very well. I was with him for a number of years, and we've had a good relationship.
If we could get somebody with a physical presence inside that can play very good low-post defense and rebound in a crowd, he'd be a welcome addition.
Jim Burt, TV2 Eyewitness Sports.
The Bills' Thurman Thomas has them buzzing in sarcastic tones in the Lion locker room. He trails Barry Sanders for about 40 yards for the rushing title, will offer his linemen on both sides of the ball bonuses if he beats out Barry when the two teams meet on Sunday.
After we looked at his stats today, I think I'm like 32, 35 yards behind Barry. So right now, me and the defense are negotiating right now. They hold Barry to a certain amount of yards. You know, I treat them to a nice give, too.
He's paying off his O-line and D-line to get him the rushing title, which, you know, wow. I guess, you know, I'm the best. That's what he says, so we'll find out.
Thurman denies today offering each offensive lineman $10,000. Lions put tickets on sale tomorrow morning. Most tickets, a uniform, $30. Bleachers will be $20, no matter which game is the first game at the Silverdome. Box office Ticketmaster from 10 o'clock on tomorrow. And Michael Jordan, so popular in these parts, is the Sports Illustrated Man of the Year.
Oh, we'll
community service and fine show of sports.
Well, Isaiah will love to hear
Scooping
that.
those up, yeah. Thanks, Eli. Well, a Michigan businessman pays a big price for a small part of the Addams Family TV show.
And he's hoping to make a frightening fortune. We'll have that story as we wrap things up. There it is.
I've always been pretty good at outsmarting my opponents. But when my opponent's a trout, I don't know where to begin. Good thing I know someone who does.
The Sports Authority, featuring Coleman and Wolverine hunting and hiking boots for men and women, and from Abu Garcia, the Gold Max family of rods and reels.
They've got something for everyone in the house.
The Sports Authority. You've never seen anything quite like it.
Presenting a home finance tip from Standard Federal Bank, Michigan's leading home lender.
If you're like most, your home is the single largest investment you'll ever make. An Equity Line loan helps you get the most out of that investment. Equity Line turns the equity in your home into a source of credit that you can use for home improvements, college tuition, vacations, and other needs. And using your Equity Line is fast and convenient, as simple as just writing a check. I'm Murray Feldman.
Look for Standard Federal Bank at Homerama in Novi.
It's clear to see why Standard Federal Bank makes more than 10,000 home loans every year. We offer adjustable rate mortgages, fixed rate mortgages, home improvement loans, even home equity line loans that give you easy access to cash. And our express loan service lets you wind things up in as little as 15 days. So with all Standard Federal offers you, why look anywhere else? Start getting your money's worth. Standard Federal Bank.
I think it's great.
I think it's fantastic.
I love it.
Prices will bring me back.
They're talking about Computer City, the only computer superstore with all the best brands for you to see and compare. Aisle after aisle of hardware and software, accessories, upgrades, even furniture. Come see us now.
Computer City, best brand, super selection, great prices. Computer City.
Check us first for holiday values.
When you can't watch, listen to Eyewitness News at 6 on CKLW, AM 800.
Well, coming up tonight at 11 on Eyewitness News, hot dogs. Just about everybody eats hot dogs, even though reportedly they're not the healthiest item on the menu. Well, tonight we're going to take you inside a local hot dog factory to see how this American favorite is actually made, and we think you're going to be surprised at what we found. We'll also have the story of a local man who can now sleep every night with his favorite singer. We'll have that tonight at 11.
I want to hear more about that, Rich. Finally tonight, it's creepy and it's kooky, but a Michigan man has handed over $22,000 for Things box from the Addams Family TV show. The box belonged to actor Jackie Coogan, who played Uncle Fester. Anthony Magnoli of Redford made the purchase at Christie's auction house in New York. He outbid a collector who made his bid with the actual Things hand that was used in the movie. Magnoli says he's going to put the box in a closet, let it appreciate. He figures by the time all the Addams Family sequels are made, the box should be worth a fortune. He's probably right.
He's betting 22 grand on that,
That's
isn't
right.
he? Wow.
Conversation.
I guess so. Hey, that wraps up Eyewitness News for tonight at 6 o'clock. Hope you can join us tonight at 11. I'll be back with Joe Glover.
CBS Evening News is next.
Thanks for being with us. Good night.